How's it going, guys and gals? It's Elderboy coming back at you. I know it's been a while since I've made a video, and I hope this is reaching you and you're doing well. I really haven't had the motivation to play, and on top of that, I've just been really busy with work. I want to get back into making videos, and I want to see what y'all want to see. That makes sense. So we have a league coming up, Affliction. I'm super excited. I'm super pumped because of all the changes with the gems. I don't know how I feel about the league mechanic yet. Obviously, we won't know until we actually play it. But we have a day and 12 hours before we get to the next league. So I'm kind of figuring out what I want to do as far as league start. My league start, I'm thinking about doing Summon Falling Zombie or whatever. What is it called? Exact name is here. Raise Zombie of Falling. That's what it is. Now, to me, this looks really cool because it's a 2.5% modifier on regular zombie attack. And then from there, you get the chance for double damage. And once you get into doing stuff like clusters and everything like that, it's going to get insane as far as the double damage goes. You could probably easily get somewhere in the range of like 30 to 40% chance to deal double damage. So that's pretty insane to begin with. But for me personally, I was looking at Zizarin's build, and I think he's got some pretty neat things going on. He was thinking about using this item right here, which will bump up HP, but as you can see, it says right there, 25. Oh no, enemies killed by zombie hits explode, dealing 50% of their life as fire damage. So that's explode right there. Boom. Pretty good, right? Now, I'm thinking that I'm going to go up here and do Necro. Now, the reason that I'm thinking of doing Necro instead of Guardian, the Guardian is very strong. I think it would be awesome for defense, and obviously the Radiant Crusade, having that Sentinel Radiance is really awesome. It does a ton of damage, and it can just literally carry us through. I have a feeling I can get a good chunk of damage running Unnatural Strength, so giving my minion Unholy Might, that's 30% of physical damage as extra chaos. Then on top of that, we can also run Commander of Darkness. That's another 30% increased damage. And that's extra resistance, so less reliant on gear for resistance. We're scaling life on our zombies, and there's a reason that we're scaling life on our zombies. So if we actually come over here and we look at the gem, we're gonna look up the gem real quick. So Raise Zombie Falling. We see that potentially we can use these gloves right here, which will scale life. So increase zombie life, scaling life as high as possible, and using Siege Break. So your minions spread caustic ground on death, dealing 20% of their max life as chaos damage per second. So I did a little bit of math, and with some modifiers, the zombie's life is somewhere around 40,000. And so that's 8,000 DPS per second. And that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And so there's so many mechanics involved with this specific skill that I really want to test it out. And then on top of that, we have of course we have the weapon that gives us explosions, this guy right here. But if I run Necro, I could potentially eventually get Flesh and Flame and run Profane Bloom as well. Now, I don't know if that's counterproductive, but it seems like it might be kind of cool. As far as running Necro, we get, we can run Bone Barrier if we want some more defenses. Um, Obviously, we can run some specters if we want to work on lowering physical defense, or we can do something else. But specters are always something cool we can run for little added damage, little boost. Um, yeah, I'm kind of trying to figure out exactly where I'm gonna go with this. I will probably use the general layout of Ziz's build right here to kind of build myself out. And I'll probably do the same concept. I will probably run SRS at the beginning to get my way through to leveling, and then once I'm able to get the gem, I think that's when we're going to transition. So yeah, it says level 4 required, but the thing is we won't be able to get this gem until we can get a transfigured gem. Transfigured gem will be on our first lab, and hopefully we can put in a raised zombie and get out a raised zombie of falling. Now, some of the changes that were made that I'd like to talk about, and I'm just gonna kind of skim over this, is increases in drop rates basically for heist contracts, and or increased supply of heist contracts is a better way to explain it, because now we get them from Expedition. I think that's gonna flood the market, and I think this league is gonna be a great league for heist. Every league is pretty good for heist for making money, but I think this one in particular is going to be great because of the changes they've made in Grand Heists. So since there's no longer alternate gems, there's no longer primer grading lenses, they've taken out so much that now I believe the chance for better currency is going to be higher. On top of that, they've removed lower tier currencies. They've increased the stack size of currencies that can be found at the end of a grand heist, and so I think this is going to be crazy good. They nerfed Sanctum a little bit as far as drop rates for the tomes, but I think that's going to be just fine. People are going to be running maps, they're going to be cheap as can be. As far as running labs, other than getting the new transfigured gems, we're also going to have a chance to get the Grand Spectrum gems, not from the last chest, but from the chests that can be found throughout the lab of the last two, so in Merciless and in Eternal Labyrinth. Now, a lot of people dislike this change. I personally like it. It gives you a reason to actually go and do more in the lab than instead of just running straight through it. And I personally like that. I like that they're giving us things to do, or reasons to do things inside of the areas that exist. Map changes. So to me, the best, some of the best maps are back. So Core is perfect for Blight. Waste Pool is perfect for Blight. Gardens, of course, if you want to farm up that Porcupine. Jungle Valley, if you want to run your maps and not worry about bosses. Crimson Township is great. Burial Chambers is going to be a really off-chain one for trying to farm up a doctor and farming up the Fortunate. They've made some changes to Betrayal for Ricci, Leo, and Tora. Nothing really big. Nothing that's gonna be game changing now. The one for Tora I'm interested in because it does say rewards now. So Vacation Safe House rewards are now chests of quality gems, and her transportation reward is now a trap stash of gems. So curious, can we get transfigured gems from the traps, the trap stash, or is it completely like is there only one way to get transfigured gems? You know, I'm very curious. Now, some of the other changes that were made. Let's see. I think that actually covers most of the basic ones. Like I said, I'm excited about this. I know I'm kind of everywhere with it because I've been kind of reading everything and looking over everything myself. I hope y'all are excited for the league. There are some gems that I'm like, I want to run at Arc Ignite. The amount of damage that you can get is ridiculous from this gem. Arc of Oscillating is absolutely insane. So 50% on hits and ailments for each remaining chain. So this is extremely front loaded. So if you add more chains, obviously you get more damage. Right here it says it has 7 chains, so I don't know if it counts as 7 when you hit something for the first time, or if it counts 6 because it might use one of the chains. I don't know. Potentially, like if we go by 7, that's 7 times 50. It's already 350%. Okay, that's 350% more damage with hits and ailments. That's an insane amount of damage front loaded right there. And then if you're doing an arc ignite build, absolutely nuts. Some of the other ones that really stuck out to me is like, even though I know everybody hates momentum, this actually seems kind of cool because 10 stages, that's 140% more attack speed. And I think this could potentially be a really cool item to use, or cool gem to use, maybe late league or even early league if you have the right equipment. Some of the other ones that kind of stuck out to me that I'm curious about, of course, Cleave of Rage looks really good. Everybody's talking about Caustic Arrow Poison. A lot of people are looking at Cremation of the Volcano. And all of these are really cool skills. I can't wait to try them all out. I hope y'all are excited to try them out as well. But yeah, in general, this is what I wanted to do. I just wanted to give my general thoughts on the upcoming league. I'm excited. I'm hopefully gonna have some time to put together a build guide, and if I can, I will put it together and put it up, and put up a video explaining why I chose what I chose and how we're gonna have our defenses, etc. And once I get that kind of going, I'll put it up, explain it, and go from there. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. It's nice seeing y'all again, and I hope y'all come by for the next video. But for now, this is Elder Bo saying, over and out.